May govannen, niblings. Let's play LotRO, episode 30. So I'm here in Needlehole because I'm going to exit the Shire from Needlehole. So I'm going to get on my horse. So you may notice that's the bog behind me there, and then Needlehole, and this road going the other direction. Crosses a couple of bridges here, and then it eventually heads out of the Shire. And and in the books there would actually be a bit more distance than this between Ered Luin and the Shire. But the developers of the game haven't implemented any of that land in between there. And also, Tolkien wrote very little about it. So there's just this portal here in the hedge fence. And you go through it. And then you're in Ered Luin. So I can show you on the map from area door. So here's the Shire down here, and Needlehole is like around here somewhere, I think. And so going through that portal took me to, I believe, to the river crossing right around here. I'm trying to remember the name of that river. River Luin? Yeah, River Luin. So I'm here in Ered Luin now. Riding along. Ered Luin is very scenic. Lots of colorful flowers, colorful trees. It's a good bit more mountainous than the Shire. See, definitely don't have mountains like that in the Shire. The Shire is quite pretty, but Ered Luin is pretty in a different way. So, Ered Luin is the home to elves and dwarves. Generally, so there's a dwarven port city right there. So generally, the elves live closer to the coast because some of the famous elven shipyards are on the other side of the mountain range here. So the elven towns in this zone here are quite small, and the big shipyards are not. You can't get to them here of the Grey Havens that are mentioned in the books. So, but this is Dweland, which is an important elven outpost. So I think I've already activated the stable masters. May govannen. Alright, so I think I've worked out the quests that that I can do here and complete the deed. So I don't think I actually pick any of them up in Dweland. So I'll keep writing. So like I said, I'm not going to do every quest in Ered Luin.
May govannen.
There are a lot of very low-level quests. I'm going to ride down to Calendim, which is closer to the mouth of the river. Calendim is like here, and Dweland is like here, I think is the idea. And Grey Havens are over here, so it's, you know, a much greater distance. So yeah, there are a lot of low-level quests in this zone, because elves and dwarves both get sent here, and you're really not meant to do every quest in this zone. you're meant to just do a few of the lower level ones. So I'll show you on the map here. So elves start down here in Celondim, and they're supposed to do a few quests here in Celondim and south of Dweland, and then move their way up into the lowlands. Dwarves start up here in Thorin's Gate, and they do some low-level quests here in the Vale of Thrain. And then they're supposed to move their way into the lowlands. And in the lowlands, their quests converge, and by that point, they're doing the same quests. So elves are never sent. If you just follow the elven quest lines, elves are never sent up into the Vale of Thrain, and dwarves are never sent down into Falathorn. So that's the idea. Yeah, and I don't think I'm going to pick up any of these quests here. Let me check just to be sure.
Sweet-eyed Melan, will you stay a moment?
Yeah, that sends you over here, I think. I'm gonna pick it up just to be sure. Yeah, that sends me over there, so I'm not doing that chain. But what I do want...
What can I do for you?
Is I want to go to Thorin's Gate. There is a quest chain there that I want to pick up that is really interesting and is a little different from a lot of the other stuff the kind of quests that you normally encounter. So here's Thorin's Gate, which I think is a great little area. I come back here a lot. It's this snowy, wintry area where Thorin and his dwarves lived for some time. And there was once an elven city here, which you can kind of see the ruins of up on the hill. But it's been abandoned by the elves. So...
Might you lend me an
yeah,
ear?
and see, that's a level 6 quest. I'm not going to do it. Yeah,
Welcome.
all of these...
You have come at a most fortuitous time.
are
Will you stop and hear my accursed tale?
much lower level quests. So, but there is a quest here that I want to pick up, and it starts off lower level, but there are some quests in the chain that lead into the lowlands, and I think they're very interesting.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Yeah, I'm just checking all of these just to be sure.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
So this starts the Dwarven Epic Prologue, which, again, I'm also not going to do. But you can go do the prologues of other races. I mean, as is obvious from this series, I did the Hobbit prologue instead of the human prologue, like Bjornings are supposed to. You can do all the prologues if you want. There's nothing stopping you.
At your service and your families.
Alright, this is it right here. So, Bavor here has found a puzzle vault, but pieces of it are missing, and so he sends you on these long, kind of drawn-out quests to find all the pieces. And so if you start as a dwarf, or you come to Thorin's Gate at a low level to do it, you pick up this quest early, but it's not until you're level 15 or so that you actually get to open the vault and see what's in it. So I'm going to walk around Thorin's Gate just a little bit, just so you can see. I think it's really one of the best done early areas in the game. I love how you have this beam of light coming in onto this statue. And I don't think this is supposed to be Thorin. I think this is supposed to be Durin. But I'm not totally sure about that. I don't think there's an inscription or anything. I love how they have these aurochs here in cages, that they've been trading. They have a little goblin prisoner here. And a dwarf yelling at them. And you have the vault over here. And I love that the burglar trainer is near the vault. That's just so funny. All these dwarves keeping track of things in the vault. It's just such a well-made area. It's very... It was very much what I think of when I was reading the books, and would think about, you know, what would the dwarf halls look like. This big, marvelous stone floor. There's this throne up here that Dwalin is currently sitting on. Dwalin is the current leader of Thorin's Hall at this point in the timeline. Dwarf marker. This is for a deed, I believe. Marks the place where the dwarves of the Lonely Mountain briefly settled on their long road to the Blue Mountains. That was the wrong tooltip on there. But yeah, that's this is where they settled after being driven out by Smaug. I love this waterfall over here. I'll show you. This great waterfall with this bridge over it, and these two dwarves off in the distance are fishing off it. And just the light on the ceiling. They did such a great job here. These crystals coming up out of the wall. Alright, I'm going to show you the forge, because it's equally impressive. And all of this is just, you know, this is what dwarves build in, you know, only 1 or 2 generations. I mean, imagine what dwarven halls look like where dwarves have lived for thousands of years. I love this. This is the forging hall. You have all these great ovens, and the air is wavy from the heat. These massive bed of coals. You can come out here if you're a crafting profession that uses a forge. You can actually stand out here on this bridge and do your crafting, because these big pits of burning embers count as a forge. So, alright, that's all I'm going to show you here. Another dwarven statue up here. That's pretty much all of Thorin's Hall. Alright, so I'm going to do the first gear. And in these lower level areas, I'm just going to do the gear quest. I'm not going to pick up anything else. And then I'll work my way towards the lowlands, where the higher level quests are. And a lot of the quests in the lowlands are actually going to be pretty close to my current level. So, and I also need to be doing exploration deeds. I want to do all the exploration deeds, so let's see. So this quest is going to send me to Winterheight, southeast. Now, Silverdeep Mine and Nogland. Oh no, well, Silverdeep Mine is here in this area, so I can run to that on the way to get the gear, I think. I don't think I actually have to go to Silverdeep as part of this quest. Here, I'm going to add this to the tracker. I'll make it easier. And there's some... I'll need to go back to the Elven area to do some exploration deeds there, too. Yep, Silverdeep Mine, so that triggered that part. So that cleared off of the deed there. Oh, I don't think I've ever showed you. You can... I added this deed to the quest tracker here. You can do that, just in case you were wondering. But you can never have more than 5 total items on your quest tracker here. 5 quests or deeds. It's not 5 of each, it's 5 total. Skorgrim's tomb. Alright. And all of that is stuff you would learn about if you played the Dwarf Prologue. Alright, so there's the first gear. Here in Rockbelly Pit. So now I go back. So enjoy this snowy area. You really don't encounter any other snowy area like this for quite some time in the game, besides Thorin's Gate. Like, at low levels, this is the only place you can come to see snow. It's not until you go to Forokel or the Misty Mountains, which are both in the 40 range, that you can see more snow. And I imagine that it does snow. I mean, it's supposedly it snows in the Shire in winter, and in much of Eredor. Eredor is relatively far north, but when you're questing through it, you're kind of in spring or summertime.
Greetings, traveler.
All right, so that's the first piece that he's looking for.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
And there we go. We've triggered the quests of Ered Luin deed. So we're going to be doing 30 quests total. Alright, so he gets it to work. And now we need the second gear, which is somewhere in the Vale of Thrain. So head out for that. Alright, let's look on the map here. Alright, so it's up in Sarnur, or kind of the edge of Sarnur. We won't be going into Sarnur proper. And let's see, I believe I will take the horse to get there, the stable master. Be a little bit faster.
What do you want?
So, ride to Noglon. So, Sarnur itself is a former dwarven fortress that is now overrun with goblins, and I believe also dour hands. And we encountered dour hands in the Shire. They are evil dwarves. In Sarnur, you can go to get reputation items and do a lot of reputation quests to get Thorin's Hall reputation. Some areas have places like that, so it's called a reputation dungeon. There are a few of those throughout the game, where the main purpose of the area is to give you a place to get reputation for a particular faction. So Sarnur is the Thorin's Hall reputation dungeon. However, it's like level 40, so we won't be going there. Alright, I'm going to break this episode here while I'm doing this travel route, and I'll come back still doing this travel route with the next episode, so we'll continue looking for the gears to the puzzle vault. So tune in next time, Niblings.